I kind of came in here being like, I think this is going to cost $100,000. And after talking to them, I'm like, I think this might cost $180,000.
So you're leaning concerned?
I'm concerned. I'm concerned. Sale pending, that's me. So we're meeting with the contractors today to figure out what all is possible for the renovations and how much it's going to cost. Already bought the house. I have no idea how much the renovations are going to cost. So was that the most financially sound decision? Absolutely not. No, I don't regret it. There's a lot of stuff I want to do in there. I would like to take out like most of the kitchen. We need to replace the appliances, new sink, backsplash, new floors. We can just get new cabinets in here. I want to try and do cabinets all the way down. Do you think that would be something that's doable?
I think so.
Okay. I would want to put an island here. Possibly like trying to move the fridge into like this area. Trying to move like the stove onto this side, maybe. That's sort of like one possible plan. I want to refinish the existing wood floors. I just want to like open that up if possible. New tile, new bathtub. And then I would like to see a quote for double sink. New doors for here. And then new railing out there. Taking this out, scraping all the ceilings. I would like a quote for it at least. New light fixture. So basically everything in here.
Oh, everything in here?
Yeah.
So complete demo and...
Yeah. I'm wondering about taking this out. The vanity's there.
Okay.
This is just not like a super workable space, but I think if the vanity were there, that would be nicer. I guess it's just gonna be a huge undertaking if we then like move the toilet, make the shower bigger. Maybe if you guys could get me a quote on what that's looking like, and then I can decide what makes sense.
Everything's doable.
Everything's doable, it's just what's the cost benefit, you know? Like literally every room is being thoroughly changed. A big thing, I probably want to scrape the popcorn ceiling, but the contractor just told me that also requires repainting all the walls because they'll get damaged in that process, which the walls were already like nicely, like neutrally painted. So that kind of sucks. Although I was going to paint the walls anyway for different rooms. So I would just need to decide sooner rather than later how I want that all painted. And instead of doing it myself, the contractors will do it. Unless I just tell them, don't worry about it, we'll paint ourselves. I don't know. That's gonna be a whole like knot to untangle in my brain, but that's okay. So popcorn ceiling, probably paint, refinish the wood floors that are on the main floor and the top floor. The bottom floor already has luxury vinyl plank, so that's fine. And it just sucks because the original floors are very orangey, true to the name, orange wood. But the vinyl plank on the bottom floor is like more gray toned, and I think they clash pretty bad, and I just don't love the orange tone floor, so I would just like to tone it down if possible, or either tone down the orange or make it a darker color. I'm actually kind of leaning towards darker color. I think that could be really nice in there, especially because I like lighter wood furniture, and so to kind of balance it out, we'll see. The whole kitchen's gonna get redone because I want to take the wall out in the kitchen, which is going to be expensive and a huge thing because there needs to be a beam. He said that the kitchen cabinets would likely get damaged in that process, and so they're probably going to need to come out. I'm still holding out hope that maybe I can take those kitchen cabinets, put them downstairs against like the big wall downstairs and set up like little desk areas, because I think that could be nice and functional and helpful, especially for an Airbnb where there's usually not enough space to get ready in an Airbnb, I feel like, because there's only a couple of bathrooms, and so creating sort of like a area where people could use it as a vanity would be really functional, I think. Plus there's already a living room, so this is like a second living room, and I think adding desks would be really nice in general, like if someone were living here down the line. Not that they wouldn't redo it themselves if I eventually sell the place, but I think that could be good. So new kitchen cabinets, definitely new appliances, new backsplash, new tile, and then new vanity, new tile in the bathrooms. What he just told me is that the downstairs bathroom, because there's concrete underneath, moving around the plumbing is going to be more difficult, which was something I wanted to do because the layout in there is kind of goofy and there's extra like dead space in the bathroom and the shower's really small. But we're just gonna have to see how much it costs because I am not going to be living here, and I don't want to spend, you know, like $30,000 redoing a bathroom when it's just going to be used by a couple days by people who are renting the Airbnb. So yeah, that's going to be a tough one to decide.
What are your thoughts on what they said?
Yeah, I kind of came in here being like, I think this is going to cost $100,000. And after talking to them, I'm like, I think this might cost $180,000.
So you're leaning concerned?
I'm concerned. I'm concerned. There are things we can cut. Something I can't compromise on is taking out the kitchen wall. I feel like that's gotta happen. I can definitely lose the layout rearrangement in the downstairs bathroom. I definitely want to add double sinks to the upstairs bathroom because there's 3 bedrooms up there and one sink is just not going to cut it for if you're living there or if you're Airbnb-ing it. It's just not, I just don't think that that's going to work. So hopefully, I don't think that would be as extensive of a project versus moving the stuff in the downstairs bathroom, because the downstairs bathroom, it's like, I want to take the vanity, move it onto a different wall, take the toilet, move it over, and then make the whole shower bigger. They did say though that when they take everything out of a bathroom, they do already do some plumbing, because I want to replace the valves and everything and make sure that it's like good and up to date and stuff. So they said that there's already going to be plumbing. So getting a plumber out here, I feel like, is the biggest cost, and then adding on the additional cost, I don't know. We'll just have to see. But yeah, I'm definitely concerned. I also could just not remove the popcorn ceiling. I know a lot of people feel really like passionate hate towards popcorn ceiling, and I don't feel passionate hatred. I just feel mild dislike. So we'll see how much that costs, because I know that is going to run minimum $10,000. Do I care? I don't know. I guess there's some cosmetic things I also didn't mention to them. Not like some. I specifically remember I wanted to add like paneling or beadboard in the living room, but I feel like that's like a small enough project that we can just figure that out later. I also might have them paint the window frames, because the windows don't need to be replaced. They're in good condition, but they're all black inside and out. And I want to paint the house white. And I kind of am trying to do like a no black accents vibe in there, because EVD prints are so pastel and so bright and cutesy, and I just feel like the windows would really stick out with the black trim, and I just feel like it's icky. I, like, in a perfect world, would absolutely replace all the windows and make them super cute and have like panes on them and be beautiful, but it's probably like an unnecessary expense. It's definitely an unnecessary expense considering the windows are in fine condition right now. Maybe down the line.
Are you gonna take any of their advice that they gave you during the walkthrough?
I think like the only thing they really gave me advice on was just that instead of refinishing the doors, we should just take them out. Because the cost of like redoing them was going to be expensive anyway, labor wise. So it would be easier to just buy new doors and replace them. And to be fair, a lot of the doors are pretty damaged. They're just like really, like, the house is super well built. Our real estate agent Charlie was also explaining in the 60s, they like built things like over engineered and really solid. And I definitely see that throughout the house, but the doors are not that. They're like hollow and like really chipping on the bottom and just not very good. So replacing them, I'm not hurt about. But after everything that we talked about, there's not gonna be much original character left to the house, which is a bummer. So I need to think about that a little bit more.
Final thoughts on meetings with the contractor.
I mean, I guess I'll have final thoughts when I get the quote.
So true. What'd they say about the outside?
There's just some repairs, and I don't know. I think it's pretty straightforward because we're just painting out there, but there's like little minor repairs, like some like chipped wood and whatever. And then all the inspections, like we did the engineer inspection and the regular one, and there's like just here and there things to fix, which is to be expected when our house is old. So yeah. Okay, I just got the email from Jose for the whole estimate. It doesn't have like a big number at the top. It has it all broken out into pieces, but the first one is like 12,000, 7,000, 8,000. I don't know if I want to scroll to the bottom and see first, or if I should look at everything. I don't know. I think I'm gonna scroll to the bottom. I think 180 might be too high if they're just quoting me for like labor, because that, I don't know what they think that I'm gonna buy versus is just like, if, you know, if I'm paying for like the kitchen cabinets out of pocket, or if they're gonna quote that in here. But I think everything is gonna cost at least 180,000. It's fine. Okay, I'll scroll to the bottom and see if there's a total. Nope, there's no total. I have to do it myself. Oh, here. Yeah, let me calculate. Okay. If we did everything that they quoted, so that's 12,520, 8,000, 7,000, 9,448, 5,720, 13,640, 15,244, 8,940, 4,890, 4,600. That's it. Okay. That doesn't sound like that much. Relatively speaking. Okay. All of those numbers I think are gonna come out to 65,000. Nope. 90. Oh my. That's about, I originally was like, this is gonna cost 100,000. And then I guess I could just spend another 80,000 on everything else. And there we go. Expectations met. Oh boy. Okay, let's see what this actually is, because I don't have to do everything. My main question is, how much is the popcorn ceiling gonna cost? Okay, so paint the ceilings, popcorn removal, and then all of the walls and trim throughout the interior is 12,520 total for popcorn ceiling and painting the whole interior. So that's not horrible. It's about 10K, which is what I thought, to refinish all of the hardwood floors. 6,000 to put new tile in the kitchen. Upstairs bathroom for everything is 13,600. Downstairs bathroom is 15,000. So for like the bathrooms, this is like install vanity and faucets. Yeah, all fixtures provided by customer. So this is not including the new kitchen cabinets.
They didn't include any fixtures in the quote, I don't think, because they were really worried that you would think they would.
Okay.
We're not going to include those.
Okay, so this is going to cost $180,000.
Maybe, well, not the fixtures anyway.
Yeah. Whoo! That's okay. Redoing a whole house. It's going to be pricey. Okay. Well, they're like, let us know what you want so we can put you on the schedule. I guess we'll see.